Hi, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Let me be brave. Let me be brave.
Hi, I don't, no.
You will not insult my memory. There will be no revenge. I will die, and no one else here or anywhere will suffer.
Hi, I'm Isaac, and no, I'm not. I don't even care anymore. I don't. Stop the camera. I'm Isaac. I'm here at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach. This is episode 10, season 9, Doctor Who reviews, Face the Raven. Stay tuned to the end of the episode so you can learn how to win the one and only Sonic Spork. We're here at that hashtag show.
Spoilers.
Spoilers? What spoilers?
I'm sure, like myself, a lot of you are feeling a lot of mixed emotions. Partially a bit of confusion, a bit of grief, denial maybe, whatever stage you're at. Everybody's probably feeling about the same, which is she really gone? And if she is, what does that mean for the show? What does that mean for Clara Oswald? Clara was a fantastic companion, and before I even begin with any sort of giving away hashtags for concept, characters, or plot, what I really want to do is I want to talk about Clara herself. I guess this would be my eulogy to Clara. Clara was an amazing companion. She was one of the very few companions, very much like classic companions like Romana and Leela, and even a little bit like Tegan, in my opinion, sometimes. I know we all had that moment where we felt that way. But she had this sort of movement where she was trying to find her way to not become the greatest companion ever, but the greatest doctor ever. The Doctor sometimes turns people into warriors. The Doctor sometimes turns people into better people, but sometimes the Doctor turns people into doctors. And Clara Oswald was definitely one of those. Clara became the person who not only could face death bravely, but do so just for one person. So for Clara Oswald, I want to give her 5 out of 5 hearts. We love you, Clara. Let's talk about the concept of this story now. One very difficult thing to do when you're writing a show where you have to create swan songs is not being able to integrate an episode and that swan song seamlessly together. We saw this in this episode, a little bit of that, and I think a lot of that had to do actually with the previous episode, last week's, sort of throwing us all for a loop, and so when it came, we kind of just got sideswiped, and we didn't know what was going on, or if we were completing that, or what was happening. We had all these double episodes and suddenly a single one. But as far as the concept of the episode itself, I really did like it. It was beautifully written, and one thing that you can absolutely see is that we genuinely had, in my opinion, my humble opinion, a really empowered female written and performed piece where we saw how a strong woman, a strong person would face death. The writer of this episode was Sarah Dollard, who is a fantastic writer, has done many, many different things for the BBC. Fascinating thing, it seems like she took a lot from probably her own personal fan favorites. We had Diagon Alley from Harry Potter. We had all of these different approaches of story, which was taken from Paper Towns. And so we have all this integration of what it looks like is really all the things that she felt Clara embodied, which as fans, we embody those things as well. So for the concept, I want to give it a 4 out of 5 hashtags. I don't think it's fair to talk about the plot yet. We literally had what would normally be in a 5-minute segment of the opening of a Doctor Who episode before the trailer started was the plot in this episode. There wasn't really a need to go all out, and it was sort of filler for the plot thus far because it's all just leading up to our next episode and what really is going to happen in this piece and in this arc. So I can't give the plot any sort of depth yet because there isn't one yet, but I understand why. So sadly, if I do have to give the plot anything, only 2 out of 5 hashtags for the episode. Alright, I gotta go 2 directions with characters. We need to talk about the concept of the characters that were created in the story, as well as the acting choices, though I'm gonna try and not get a little teared up. So, as far as the concept of the characters in the story, this alleyway of villains that are all living in harmony, I don't buy it. It's not gonna work out. There's too many personality types, there's too many characters in there that don't understand the concept of living in peace, and that is a very prominent thing in Doctor Who, that wouldn't have worked out. But if we can suspend our disbelief on that for just a moment, we can move into some of the fascinating depths that came about with this episode. As I mentioned before, Clara got a doctor's death, and because of that, in a small way, on a small scale, in this one little alleyway, she was able to create a situation where she could basically be the Doctor and had to pay for the consequences of it. And it was a very beautiful way to set up that character. We look at this and we go, well, it's not fair, and we want to take away that opportunity from her, and she refuses to let him. She refuses to let the Doctor, she refuses to let anyone take it from her. If you had a choice to go back and save one person who died in that episode, would you save the old man who's really a Cyberman, or would you save Clara Oswald? And a lot of people would very easily say Clara, but she wouldn't. Clara herself would choose, as a character, as written in the way she is and what she has become, to take her own life to just save one person. And that characterization and what was built on this character, in my heart, just it's perfect. It was absolutely done perfect. For characters, I'm gonna go ahead and say 4 out of 5 hashtags. Now to get to the overall, to take this entire episode and sum it up in a grade. And honestly, I don't think I can. I mean, a lot of people are having so many mixed feelings now. With a show like this, we all sit around the water cooler, I'm aging myself, and we start talking about, this, and I feel this way, or I feel strongly that way, and we all have these powerful emotions behind it. Some of us might be thrilled that Clara is finally off the show. Some of us might be thinking about it from a perspective of now Jenna Coleman is open to this or that, or, the death of one thing means the life of another, or, maybe she's not really gone. I know I just spoke to somebody here in the comic book a few minutes ago who says she's the impossible girl. She is not going to be gone. And they refuse to let it go. So whatever stage you're at, honestly, I can't rate it. I can't grade whatever you're feeling right now about this show, whatever it is that you are experiencing. And so I refuse to. I will be not giving any hashtags to overall on this episode. What I will say is let's see where the future holds. Let's take advantage of these ideas that we're being presented with, these concepts of hold on to this, it's worth it to save one person, whether or not we have regenerations or not. That we can be the Doctor in our everyday life, and that we can take advantage, and that if we live our lives, like David Tennant's Doctor said,
some people live more in 20 years than others do in 80.
We take advantage of every day and every moment, as though it is our last day, we become better people. And the story really pushed that. So, no hashtags given, just 2 big hearts saying thanks for a great story, and looking forward to the next one. Giveaway! Alright guys, this thing is kind of awesome. I know we all miss the sonic screwdriver, because we do, because it's awesome. So you can have one of your very own, and you can also use it to eat soup or poke things. It's a spork. It's like multifaceted. It opens doors and you can eat with it. So if you want this, which I know you do, what you're gonna go ahead and do is comment here in the comments of the video, hashtag THS Impossible Girl. That's it, and you get this. And we'll go ahead and draw you randomly next week. You can do it, it could be yours. It's beautiful. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. For all things trending in geek pop culture, I'm Isaac here at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach. This is That Hashtag Show.